In 1943, tension centering on Mexican American youth exploded into physical aggression on the streets of Los Angeles. Servicemen and civilians targeted non whites wearing a fashion fad known as Zoot Suits, earning the name of the event named Zoot Suit Riots.
An article regarding the Zoot Suit riots from June 1943 described the riots as distinctly something from the bottom drawer, meaning the suit suiters wore from the bottom drawers.
The same Newsweek article connected to the Zoot Suit to a lack of patriotism with World War II raging overseas. Americans had to stop using many materials which were needed to help support the troops since the Zoot Suit required the usage of extra fabric. They were banned by the War Production Board.
However, tailors continued to produce and sell the suits by wearing a suit. Newsweek and many others felt that it was an unpatriotic action detrimental to the war effort at such a turbulent time, neglecting to show support for their country in the eyes of many Americans, poisoning the image of the suit and those who wore it.
Another article linked the Zoot Suit to an African American man in Georgia as the 1940s precluded the civil rights movement. Many considered blacks to the occupants of the bottom drawer of society, as well as the article claimed that the garment allegedly dreamed up by busboy Clyde Duncan startled one of the owners of the tailor shops where it was made. By drawing ties between the Zoot Suit and African Americans, the press connected Mexican American Zoot Suit wearers to African American culture and the prejudices that went along with it. Moreover, press articles connected the Zoot Suit and thus its wearer to delinquency.
A Los Angeles Times article sought to connect the image of the suit with that of gang members. Though the article did point out that not all suit wearers were gang members, it also claimed suit culture fostered delinquent activities. The article stated that at home where the parents speak no English and cling to past culture, tended to raise delinquency. This further connected the image of the Mexican American suiters to that of a troublesome youth, where the article sought to distinguish the suit wearing gang members from other suit wearers. It simply reinforced the stereotype.
The Zoot Suit style, initially an African American youth fashion, closely connected to jazz culture, the Zoot Suit was co opted by a generation of Mexican American kids who made it their own.
The oversized suit was both an outrageous style and statement of defiance. Suiters asserted themselves at the time when fabric was being rationed for the war effort, and in the face of widespread discrimination.
Zoot Suits were reserved for special occasions, a dance party or a birthday party. The amount of material and tailoring required made them luxury items. Many kids wore a toned down version of the draped pants or styled their hair in the signature ducktail.
The man's suit consisted of an extremely long and wide suit jacket with large lapels with huge shoulder pads worn over extremely baggy trousers that came well above the waist, about halfway up the chest. The pants tapered at the bottom to a very tight cuff at the ankles and were held up with suspenders. A plaid button-down shirt, tie, pointy leather shoes, and a wide-brimmed fedora hat completed the look of the East Coast. The suits also tended to be bright colors such as red, yellows, royal blue, and purple.
Although the man's suit is more well known, young women also had their own zoot style. Their version was a short skirt that showed plenty of leg. It was an inch or two above the knee. The skirt was made of rain cotton and was gathered and had flow to it. It had a swing for all of that dancing and sat at the waistline. The skirt was usually plain but very bright in color and fastened on the side with the middle zipper or buttons. They usually wore plain white blouses that were short sleeved and tucked them into the skirts. The women also wore a wide, long wool jacket with large shoulder pads, and the jackets was almost as long as the skirts. Fishnet stockings or knee socks were worn with black leather high-heeled shoes. For the Latinas, Zoot Suiter hair was worn in exaggerated bouffant style on top of the head with the rest of the hair falling loose.
Finally, available on video cassette.
The mono you're about to see is a construct of fact and fantasy. It was a secret fantasy of every vato to put on the Zoot Suit.
I don't know. I have a terrible feeling that something bad is going to happen.
We got witnesses, Hank. You and your Pachucos drove into that Williams Ranch like Pancho Villa, and you left a corpse behind.
The DA's charging conspiracy, Henry! He's gonna put you and all your buddies right in the gas chamber.
We didn't do nothing.
Simon, we're innocent. On the level.
Are you aware you're in here because some big shot up in San Simeon wants to sell a few papers? It's true. He's the man that started all this Mexican crime wave stuff. You get the picture?
The press has distorted the very meaning of the word Zoot Suit. All it is for you guys is another way to say Mexican without insulting your allies south of the border.
All the heck I call them wear that brave shape of all the machicones down in LA. The greasers in their pompadours look real keen on the dance floor, the ballroom, on the light on swing. They'll get dressed tonight and put on a Zoot Suit.
You know what your problem is, Hank? You can't stand yourself, and you can't stand me telling you.
Whose pinchy side are you on, anyway?
The side of the heroes and the fools, Hank.
Zoot Suit. Starring Edward James Olmos, Tyne Daly, and Daniel Valdez. Zoot Suit on video cassette.